All right, gentlemen, where do you want to start?
Scott, it was two very different halves in that Arizona game. I mean,
Yeah, we like the second one better.
what changed? What was the biggest difference?
First half, they did a great job forcing turnovers and getting easies. They did a great job on the glass. We missed some shots and unfortunately weren't able to get transition and easies and second chance points to help us when we went through the scoring drought. At the same time, you always credit the opponent, and I think their defense was aggressive, was good. Their ball screen coverage hurt us early. I thought second half we did a much better job attacking them. We did a better job on the glass. Didn't give them as many points off of our turnovers. And then proud that we cut it down to 9 points. Chance to go lower and gave ourselves a chance second half. Now I know no one was awake to see that, but anyway, it was. I was proud of the guys because it's hard to come back on the road, especially after a first half like that.
What do you see from TCU just in the scout, and a lot different team than last year, I guess?
Well, like so many Big 12 teams, so much roster turnover. I think. This team, the common traits would be they don't beat themselves, very good defensively, very physical. Coach Dixon always does a good job putting them in position to win, and they've had an opportunity to, when they lost Frankie Collins for the year, really find out who they were going to be and how they were going to play, and he's done a good job with that. And it's a rivalry game. I know it means a lot to our fans. It means a lot to us.
Coach, the last time you faced TCU at home, it was that triple overtime game. Do you kind of want to experience something like that again?
No, we'd prefer to experience something different. I didn't like the ending of that game. At the same time, I know it's a typical Big 12 game, and that means you got to control what you can control. We've been really good in the Foster. The crowds have been super. I know the weather's not supposed to be great, but it'll be warm in the Foster.
Coach, how great is it to see Josh kind of just come alive this year, especially in just his work on the glass and everything?
Yeah, really proud that his hard work is paying off and showing up, and it's great to see the confidence that he has. It's great to see the confidence the team has in him. He's scoring at such a high percentage and doing such a great job rebounding and defensively, and the little things he's always done a good job of with screening. But with his rebounding numbers and scoring numbers, I think everybody's starting to just appreciate everything he brings to the table. And hopefully he can continue to keep making strides and even have more opportunities, because he shoots such a great percentage. You want him to get more shots.
Scott, one of TCU's newest faces is David Punch. He's a local kid from Harker Heights. Have you seen any film on him and maybe what problems he presents? Yeah,
he's somebody that plays really hard. He's athletic, aggressive, tough. He's got good strength for a freshman. He's going to be a great college player, and we can cheer for him whenever he's not playing the Bears.
Naturally, whenever we get together, we got to ask you about Jalen and Langston and how they're doing. And is one of them like closer than the other? Or?
Yeah, I think Jalen's closer than Langston. At the same time, both of them are making great strides, and we'll see how the next couple of days of practice go and see where both of them are at.
Josh said in that first half of that Arizona game that, you know, obviously it was a very frustrating game. He said there was a little bit of like pointing fingers, and that y'all addressed that in the locker room. I mean, do you feel like you got that sorted out?
Yeah, I think anytime you're embarrassed like that, you tend to point fingers, but the good teams don't. They find a way. In the second half, I thought we did a great job in competing and finding a way to be more successful. So the good thing when you come back, you have with 3 games in a row next week. We had to take 2 days off, so it allowed everybody to refresh and analyze the film, and film doesn't lie. So the great thing is you can take what you see and find ways to improve, and at the same time, a lot of positive things to build off of second half. A lot of things we can do better first half.
Scott, I know you don't want to use it as an excuse, but how much a toll does it take when you're basically using sometimes even a 6-man rotation? And then what do you do to combat maybe the fatigue or whatever the guys may get?
Yeah, if you got an answer for the fatigue, let me know. But the reality is when you're playing fewer guys, your just margin of error is less. That's the strength in numbers and having a bench. Not everybody shoots well every game. Not everybody plays well every game. Sometimes matchups favor other people, play better to certain players, and that's why it's always great to have more weapons rather than less. At the same time, I thought again, second half, to be able to muster a comeback, that was positive. And again, Arizona's a really good team. Might be playing them in Iowa State and Houston, the best basketball in the Big 12 right now. And there's a reason they were 10th in the nation preseason. They're a really good team.
Scott, Jeremy Roach, he's pretty good from the mid-range. How do y'all factor that in, like his skill level with that in with a more analytical approach where you focus on layups and threes?
It's a good question. I think in a perfect world, if you have an open 3, it counts more than an open 2. At the same time, if the 2's going to go in and the 3's not, we'll take the 2. So we don't have a hard, fast rule where you can't shoot mid-range shots, and we just want I think all the shots that we get to be good shots, and if they're not, can we get a better shot? And we have 30 seconds to find a good one, so let's not take bad ones. Good question.
Josh, what did you guys take out of that Arizona game? It was kind of a two-half sort of game in terms of you guys really struggled to shoot in the first half and shot a lot better in the second.
For me, I would say there was a lot of pointing hands at like blaming someone else for like what is going on. But I feel like at the end of the day, we came out second half with the same with a different energy, and I feel like we need to start playing games with when you have the same half you have in the first half and the same half you have in the second half, because I feel like being down 23 at first and coming in the second half, like it was a long lead for us to like come back from. But I still like I'm grateful and I love the team because we never gave up and we kept fighting. So yeah.
Does it take its toll a little bit? Y'all have had the 2 guys out as long as you have. Y'all basically used at times mainly a 6-man rotation. Does that take a little bit of a toll on everybody?
I would say yeah. I miss we as a team we miss like having Langston and Jalen on the court, but also they're not like the guys who they like taken away from the team, because if you look at our bench and stuff, they're always like encouraging us and like being happy for us and clapping for everyone. So I feel like we're also feeding from a positive energy coming from the bench from those 2 guys, because they're like the older guys, so they actually know what the coaches want. Because at the end of the day, it's everyone on the rope, not just the 5 guys who are on the basketball court, but also the guys who are on the bench. So yeah.
Going back to those kind of slow starts to the games, how do you guys go about fixing that and maybe just not being a second half team, but a full 40 minutes?
At the end of the day, it just come down to like being a team, playing together. Because I would just say nothing changed for us offensive-wise during the second half. It was still the same play we're running. I just feel like we're more like together as a team in the second half than in the first half. So I feel like we don't have to wait to be down like 23 points to actually like play together as a team. So I feel like just playing together as a team and having a good team chemistry actually help us a lot.
How big is this next matchup for you guys? Just obviously the implications that come with it, Big 12-wise, but also rivalry-wise.
Yeah, if you guys can remember, last season we had like 3 overtime in this team. I think we lost the game too. So, but I'm feeling like we're taking that like from the last year game into this game, coming in and saying, we're just gonna like like I said, play as a team, but from the first half and the second half, and I feel like we're going to come out with a dub. But also, I'm just going to say no pointing like fingers, and like everyone just have to buy in. We need some leadership on the court, not just from the coaches, but also from like some of the other guys who have been here, and I feel like that's going to help us a lot. So, yeah.
It seems like from that 3 overtime TCU team, it's a pretty different team now. They have a lot of new faces. What have you kind of seen from them on tape, and what's kind of different about this team?
I haven't watched TCU, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I know there's a big man who they have who played like I think last year for TCU. So that's the only guy I know who's like on the team right now. And I also know like the last game they played Utah, they also like lost, but we don't have to like come into the game thinking like, oh, we beat Utah beat TCU, so it's gonna be like an easy win because, like I said, it's Big 12. Everyone beats anyone every day. So yeah.
Coach Drew was telling us the other day that they've been encouraging you to be more aggressive offensively. I mean, obviously you're shooting 77% on the year. I mean, do you need to look for your shot a little bit more, or?
No, at the end of the day, like I said, that's one thing I love with this team, that everyone has each other's back. So, like you said, he always like encouraged me, saying like just keep being aggressive. Don't worry about no mistakes like turnovers and stuff. So I feel like we have a mindset of knowing like your head coach have your back, even if you like make a mistake or turn over the ball, like he still believes in you. You're gonna like make the next shot. So yeah, I just feel like the love from the coaches and the teammates is what like encouraged me every day to like keep playing hard.
Anybody else?
Coach Drew has talked about you high pointing. Is that something maybe you've worked high pointing for rebounds and stuff? Is that something maybe you worked on in the off season, or has that been an emphasis for you?
Yeah, like during the off season, like after practice, I always go to like the practice gym, like because me, Coach Drew and Coach Mervin Hunt, and we do like more like a rebounding drill where like he throw the ball in the backboard and he tell me to high point it. So I feel like that paid off for me right now. When it gets to game, I just know like, oh, I've already done this during practice, so I'm just like it's just like a natural feeling that comes to me now. I just high point the rebound every time. So yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you guys took out of that Arizona game?
No doubt, road games are hard and that we got to stick together. The Big 12 is a great conference that, every road game going to be a battle.
How much has it helped you, maybe the whole team, the way that Josh has just been more of a rebounding beast kind of over these last how many ever games?
Yeah, like, you got to give Josh his flowers. He been putting the work on in the off season and it's showing up now. I seen it, like he being every day in the gym, working not just on defense but on rebounding too, and it's paying off. So I'm not surprised with that.
I know you weren't around last year to experience the rivalry, but I'm sure you heard about the triple overtime game. What have you heard about the rivalry between TCU and Baylor, and how much are you looking forward to participating in that, I guess?
So I honestly haven't heard a lot, but I know that there's a rivalry. I mean, two Texas teams. I thought that there was a rivalry with Houston too, but I guess the TCU one is bigger. So, like, I'm just excited to explore it.
How crucial is this game, just looking forward to the rest of Big 12 conference play, just getting a win and getting back on track?
I mean, something that the coaches always say, and I mean the players know it too. You got to take care of home court. So you can lose some on the road, but take care of home. And I think a lot of good stuff happen when you take care of your homes.
Josh mentioned kind of maybe after that Arizona game or during it in the first half, a lot of pointing fingers, kind of who was at fault in that first half. How do you think that can be addressed moving forward, and just kind of, I guess, maybe from the older guys, get that veteran leadership?
There's a lot of stuff we got to handle in the locker room, and that's one of them. I mean, I think people know that when we do it, it doesn't go good on the court. So, like, we just got to put that aside and, keep looking forward, I mean, that was not good, but, we just got to put it aside. We want to win. At the end of the day, I want to win, and I think everybody in the locker room want to win too, so we just got to keep moving forward.
So early in that game, you got a couple quick fouls. How can you, avoid that foul trouble? I mean, do you have to take a different mindset when you get 2 or 3?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say nothing that I shouldn't be saying. I mean, I thought I was coming to the Big 12, the physical conference. So I'm just hoping that, they say it's the most physical conference in college. So I just hope they keep their word in the next games, because I can't. I'm an aggressive guy. I got to approach the game smart, but I can't take away my aggressiveness.
Thanks, Norchad.